Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. I can't wait now. That's really exciting. This is real though. This is really real. Thank you so much.
So you've had a chance to have a look at it now.
I have. It's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I love the fact that it doesn't look like anything else I've seen too, which is mainly why I actually spoke to you about doing it in the first place.
So when we first met, you were very much like, I want to propose, but now what? Tell me about that.
Yeah. So it was a case of I had looked at a lot of other rings, man-made diamonds, real diamonds, all of them, but nothing seemed to match my partner's personality. And so I was very much like, when I met you and you were talking about your bespoke jewelry, I was like, that's what I need. I need something that's a little bit more tailored to my partner so that it just goes with everything and fits her personality.
So what kind of rings had you looked at beforehand, before we chatted?
I mean, quite a few. I think I was very much into the oval shape more than anything. All of them just seemed very similar. So it was either like the main oval with two little bits on the side, or it was like, is it princess cut, you know, the square ones? And none of them were they were all lovely. Don't get me wrong. But none.
You're being very polite.
I know. I don't want to be like,
actually, they're all really boring.
Yeah. Actually, they are really dull. I'm really sorry for everyone else who has one, but
that's why we connected though, because I just said it as it was.
Yeah.
Let's rip up the rule book.
Absolutely.
Let's start again. What would be your dream ring? And then
Honestly.
let's work out how to happen, rather than, okay, it's got to be either a diamond solitaire or a
that's
trilogy,
exactly it.
and then let's square peg, round hole.
I just knew from like visual aspects, like what I liked and what I didn't.
Exactly.
And then I think I'm also not very creative, so it really helped having you be like, okay, tell me what you don't like, because I knew what I didn't like, and then you were able to put something together, which made a big difference, actually. Made it easier. So it's actually quite stressful and really overwhelming. Like, there's a lot to think about.
I think that's one of the things, because everything gets sort of simplified down into all about the diamond, but I don't know anyone, maybe you do, I don't, who 10 years down the line then looks at their ring and says, well, this is an E colour and it's a VVS1.
Yeah,
no one does that. Most people lose the certificates. I bet Smog's in shop now. Silly cat. Silly cat. Do you like the ring, Smog?
Do you want to see it? Look at that.
Oh. Tell me about because one crucial part of that is you really wanted to incorporate something into the ring, didn't you? What was that?
My mum's diamonds. Yeah, so my mum had not a spare ring, should I say, just some ring lying around. So my mum had a first marriage that didn't work out, but she kept the engagement ring, and it's been sitting in her safe for years, and I think she's been waiting for a moment like this. So when I told her I was looking to propose, that was one of the things she said to me was, you can have the ring. And I mean, it's stunning diamonds, but it just, again, wasn't for Sophie. It's not her personality. And so being able to use that is really nice for me, because there's a sentimental value there, which would be amazing.
So how was your thinking when you were still looking at rings before we met, in terms of using this ring, and how did it sort of match up to what you were seeing? What was your thought process? Because I can't remember, did you mention it after we started chatting?
I think
had you already been thinking about it?
No, so I actually had been looking at rings with my mom, like, she's showing me all the De Beers rings and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, they're pretty, but I never had anything that was like, yes, that's the ring that I want. And then you and I met at that networking meeting, and that was when I told my mom that I had met you. She was like, oh, I have a ring that you can use, which was amazing. And I think her idea was that we were just going to use all the diamonds and just recreate a new ring, but when I told her that I was going off the rails and doing something a bit different, she was like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, but it's also not you. So it's not really your opinion. And like we were going through the designs and stuff, and I was telling her how I'd like sent photos of Sophie so you could see kind of what's her style, like her personality. I think that's when my mom started being like, oh, okay, this is actually real deal. Like, we're going to do this properly. And then all the drawings and stuff, she was like, oh, it's very pretty. But, like I said, it doesn't do it justice. And then that video that you sent last week, I immediately sent it to my mom, and I was like, oh my God.
This is not AI.
Yeah. And she rang me straight away, and she was like, it's beautiful.
Oh,
I was like, I know. Yeah. So I think, when I go and drop it off at hers now, I think she's going to...
Because it can be an emotional journey when... you're having something designed, and there's always a bit of a risk, isn't it? Because
always.
You can never completely sort of say this is exactly what's going to look like in the end, because even the CAD drawing, then you've got claws that are too long that'll be cut down, and all of those sorts of things, haven't you? So you can, it's always a bit of a risk, and am I going to like this? And,
well, I think that's,
and especially because we chatted, but I didn't talk to your mum, so she's there, but it's her ring and it's her daughter.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think as well that like I get very overwhelmed and anxious about things, and I always second guess myself. So I'm always like,
so you don't come across like that at all.
Oh, that's a relief. But I think over the years I've learned like this is not my profession. I'm not creative. So when you were like, I have a plan, I was like, okay, I just have to trust that you know what you're doing. Like, and I'm really glad I did. I told you the things I didn't like. I had agreed on the stuff that I did like, and then it was just a case of, right, well, let's just wait and see what happens. I did have to be very patient and be like, don't question things, like just let it happen. But
that's the thing, it's okay to question things, and I think often sort of, I don't know whether you've had this experience, but it's something I hear from other customers where they go down sort of the more traditional route, and it's almost sort of, they feel silly for asking questions. And I mean, I remember one of the questions you had was about diamond certification, wasn't it? And
which I had never thought of. It was something my mom had mentioned, and I was like, I don't even know that was a thing.
I mean, for anyone watching, then for sort of your traditional diamonds, as it were, where you've got sort of the clarity measurements and the colours and the 4 C's, as it's called, then it makes absolute sense to have a diamond report. If it's a natural diamond, less so if it's a laboratory grown diamond. But that system was created for the financial system so that you could compare financial values of diamonds, of white diamonds and certain fancy coloured diamonds. It completely falls down when you've got sort of what we now call salt and pepper diamonds with specks and inclusions and all that.
Which are much prettier, by the way.
They are,
personal opinion.
My opinion too. It's interesting how sort of when that system came in of classifying diamonds, the creativity around cuts just went down and down and down, and everything just became a lot more uniform. Yeah. And now people are starting to rebel, which I think is great. Like, I love having rebel clients.
But it's the thing though, like, I mean, like, I don't want her to have the same ring as everyone else. And like, we're at that age group now where everyone is getting engaged and everyone's posting their ring on social media. You can see it, and everyone's ring looks the same. I don't know. I'm allowed to say that. But it does, it all looks the same. And so to have something different is going to be amazing.
I never take it for granted, because I think it is such a big thing for someone. So for you to trust me throughout the whole process, when you were like, I have no idea what I want, and I said, yeah, but I will. Yeah. I don't know right now, but I will. And you're just like, okay. We hadn't even met in person at that point. So, and a lot of people that they'll have known of me for years before they commissioned something. So you were incredibly trusting.
Just jumped right in.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just meant to be, isn't it? So, massive thank you on my part.
Thank you.
And I love creating that. So
I'm so excited.